I'm back. Welcome back to the Starting Five. I'm your host, Coach D, on the newly launched SC Media Christian Network. I'm so glad to have you guys back with me again. I'm excited for episode 2. I look forward to bringing you a great show. I hope you enjoy it. I got some laughs for you. I got some thought pieces. So we're just going to have a little fun. But before we get started, as always, I'd like to give you a little verse. It's coming from 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13. Be on your guard, stand firm, the faith, be courageous, be strong. Amen. All right, let's get to it. So I got about maybe 3-4 topics. We'll see how long, we'll see how it play out. We'll see how the time work out this week. We definitely going to talk about the Bulls. We definitely going to talk about that era, the Last Dance. Definitely want to talk about a little cabin fever. I'm getting sick of being in the house. I'm really getting sick of being in the house. That's about the best way I can say it. And lastly, just trying to connect with my kids. It's really more so my son in regards to music, because the boy don't know what good music is, and I'm trying to teach him. I'm trying, but it's a struggle. So y'all gonna pray for us. And feel free, if you got anything to share, please leave comments. You know, I'm always open to suggestions. I don't have all the answers. There's no perfect parents, but they are imperfect children. Just kidding. Well, all right, let's get started though. First off the bat, obviously everybody's talking about the Last Dance piece that's taking place on ESPN. I watched it, a couple times. But before I even get into the Last Dance, I just kind of want to remember that time, the championship era and being here in the city and what that was like for, some people who didn't live through it. I'm old enough now where I remember it real well. I lived through it. It was a great time. It was a great experience. I wouldn't trade it for nothing, man. And the best part about it to me is, if you're a Bulls fan, you went through the growth. Like, you remember the Bulls was terrible. Like, for people who don't know, man, the Bulls, like, they're as bad as they are now. Like, it may be worse. It was terrible, man. Like, Bulls tickets was just, you might just be walking to school one day and see 4 Bulls tickets on the ground. Like, you could go to the game. You was like, man, bro, you see them tickets right there, them 4 Bulls tickets. But, like, they was bad. Nobody wanted them to. Like, if your school gave away some Bulls tickets for, like, perfect attendance or whatever, you feel like, so y'all don't really think much about perfect attendance. Because you gave me these Bulls tickets. Nobody want to go to the Bulls game. Who want to see Gene Banks, Dave Corzine, like all these bums that was on the Bulls team? And then lo and behold, man, this young dude from North Carolina come to town, man, Michael Jordan, and it just changed everything. It was like the Bulls just went from like nothing to the best show in all of basketball, like overnight. Like, I feel like the Bulls is the reason why people started. This is bad now. I'm not condoning this, but people were still in cable. I don't know if you knew this, but back in the 80s and early 90s, everybody wasn't paying. I think it was because of the Bulls. Bulls had people still in cable. That's how good they was, because they had to get Sports Channel so you could see the games. You had to watch Sports Channel. See, like, you don't even know nothing about Sports Channel. I know some of y'all, you kids, like, what's Sports Channel? Sports Channel is where you watch the games, man, because they went all on Channel 9. You had to watch Sports Channel. So the Bulls became like an amazing show, the best ticket in town. Michael Jordan was must see. He was just the baddest man on earth. That's who he was. And, I remember, going through the challenges and losing year after year, and the shot, and then beating Detroit after getting killed by Detroit. And I remember to this day, 1990, I'm in the apartment with my grandparents at the time, and the Bulls lose Game 7. I remember crying. My granddad making fun of me as I'm sitting on the couch crying. Yeah, you ought to be ashamed of yourself crying like that. It hurt, Granddaddy. It hurt. They hurt. My Bulls lost, and Pistons was showing out. But as you all know, Chicago's, we live to get that sweet revenge. And It felt so good to watch the Bulls sweep the Pistons. Like, oh my God. To see the Bulls sweep Detroit that year, that's still one of the greatest feelings. If you lived through that and you was a Bulls fan, you will never forget that ever. That feeling you had when they sweep Detroit, and Isaiah doing this little church finger, walking through the crowd, trying to get out of the stadium. Was it the state? It was in Detroit. They swept him in Detroit, but he was still walking with his little church finger, trying to sneak out of there with the rest of the bums. But it was a good time, man. It was a great time. I'll never forget it. It was a glorious time, and then later just to go on with the championships and celebrating in the city, running around. And by this time, I was able to drive, and I was able to hang out with my friends and my homie Brian and JoJo, and we was all out and about. Young Ray, we all through the city, trying to have fun, but then at the same time, we church boys, so we can't do everything everybody doing, but we was trying to still be in the mix. I'm just being honest. We still wanted to be amongst the people, even though they was getting a little too wild, some of them. And then when we saw police was grabbing on people, we started to say it's time to get up out of here because we don't need them problems. So I just remember that just being an epic time, man. And I wish any sports fan could live through those moments and just the pride you had in being a Chicagoan, saying, I'm from Chicago, and you would go travel somewhere and you just talk to people and they act like you was a celebrity because you was from Chicago and the Bulls, and you was from where the Bulls played at, and Michael Jordan, and they was the champions. And I kept me a fresh pair of Jordans on, so I was repping everywhere I went. So they knew what I was about. So, but you was getting love, like, oh man, y'all from Chicago? Like, man, yeah. It always made you proud. Like, you made you stick your chest out extra about your own city. Like, yeah, I feel always proud about my city, but I got a little extra. Like, whoa, okay, with my chest. I felt even a little more better about my city. Like, yeah, I'm from Chicago, dog. Man, that's what's up, man. Y'all got Jordan, y'all got everything. Like, yeah, we blessed, brother. But that's just a little, just a little bit of memory lane about what that time was like and the evolution of the Bulls going from bad to the best. And if you lived through it like I did, man, you'll never forget it. And if you didn't, that's what this doc is about. So enjoy, keep watching The Last Dance, and you'll learn a lot, I think, about what that time was like and what it was like to just be a Bulls fan and going through those years and growing with the Bulls. So next we're going to get into that doc, The Last Dance. I dug it a lot. But let me say this, though. I'm probably going to make some of y'all upset, and just hear me out, though. I feel bad for Jerry Krause. I'm going to tell you what. I know. I can hear y'all yelling that. Feel bad for Jerry Krause. Look at y'all swelling up at me like you want to fight. Listen to me. Hear me out. I feel bad for Jerry Krause because Jerry Krause is a guy who actually did his job. He actually did a really good job. He put all of the pieces around Michael Jordan for the Bulls to be successful. He did his job on 2 occasions, and he revamped the team on 2 separate occasions, and consistently kept them as a winner. He made the right decisions. This is why I feel bad for Jerry, because Jerry don't have people skills. That's what did Jerry Krause in. He didn't have people skills. I'm gonna tell you, give y'all some little life lesson game from old Coach D. I don't care what you do in life, dog. I don't care what you do. As long as you got people skills and you know how to be kind to people, bro, you'll get the benefit of the doubt for a lifetime. I'm telling you, you'll get the benefit. You can be terrible at something, but be kind to people. They'll fight for you, dog. They'll remember it all the way different. They'll be like, no. That's not true. That's not true. They'll fight for you, defend you to the end, even though you're terrible. But you're kind to people. You know how to treat people. I grew up in the church. I tell you this all the time, guys. Like a lot of you grew up in the church. It's brothers who we knew that would come to the church every so often. Y'all know who it is. Y'all got y'all guy. We got ours at our church. We had them at Emerald, in my church, Covenant Faith. Every so often they come to church. You knew what they was doing in the streets. They were doing everything under the sun. But when they came to church, they was polite. They was a heathen now. They still was a heathen. But they was polite heathens. You can't get mad at the polite heathen. You pray for the polite heathen. Nah, you can't be no grumpy heathen. Nobody likes a grumpy heathen. We still got to pray for you, but we begrudgingly pray for the grumpy heathen. But we lovingly pray for the nice heathen, for the polite heathen. That's all I'm trying to tell you, man. And I wish I could have told Krause. I wish somebody could have got to Jerry and told him, Jerry, just be nice to people, man. Throw some compliments. Everybody love compliments. Even if you don't even feel it all the way, just say them sometimes. You get used to doing it, you just start doing it without even knowing it. Like, man, that's a nice shirt today, Phil. Man, thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that, dog. Scotty, you look good, man. Shoulders, man. Look like you've been working out. Would have went a long way, Jerry. Mike, I like that left hand, man. I know I never played, but I just still like that left hand. Just saying, Jerry. These things could have helped you out, brother. Compliments. Even when you're terrible, people love them. Remember that. Just a little game from Coach D. So, but yeah, back to the doc. I like it. I don't feel like Michael Jordan. I know I heard little reports that Jordan was nervous that he gonna come out being depicted as a bad guy. That ain't gonna happen. Not Chicago. Mike Jordan can't do no wrong in Chicago, man. Mike Jordan can't do no wrong. Like, can't do no wrong. You know, Mike Jordan punched a man in the face, and we just talk about it and call it leadership. That's leadership, dog. You see how much he cared? He punched that fool in the face. In the face, man. Now, could nobody in this lifetime hit y'all in y'all face and you look at it as leadership? I want y'all at your job next time you go to work, or when you go back to work, or if you're working like I am every day still, or working your normal schedule. Next time you're at work and you ain't having the greatest day, let your coworker bust you in the mouth. I want you to turn around to him and be like, that's leadership. I appreciated that. I needed that. So I can be on page, and so our team can be better and our company can soar. Not happening. But that's how much we love Mike Jordan. That we just make up stuff. Leadership. Bust that white man in the mouth. I guess it's almost like progress. You hit a white man in the mouth and then he ain't go to jail. But that's another conversation for another time. So, but but yeah, I'm loving the doc. I'm gonna keep staying along with the doc. I'm gonna keep giving my play-by-play about the doc. So I hope y'all keep tuning in. So far, so good. Next, I'm talking about cabin fever, man. I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of this coronavirus, man. I'm dead serious, man. I'm sick and tired of it. Now, hear me out. But this is the thing about me. It ain't like I do a lot. You know, anybody that know me, they'll be first to tell you, you don't be doing a whole lot. You just go to work. You come home most days. I know this. But I like having the option of changing my mind. Corona has taken away my options. I don't like that. That's my problem. Corona has violated me. No options. That's what I got a problem with. We don't have the options. We had options, man. Okay? Yeah, you might just was going to go home. And more times out the week, when you get off work, you go home. But you had options. If you felt like it, if you had a change of heart and you wanted to stop somewhere and sit down and eat inside of an establishment, you could do so. I can't do that, man. I can't do nothing. You can't go nowhere. You got little Lightfoot out here. Just got the whole Chicago in fear to walk around because she gonna hurt somebody. Like, I'm sick of this, man. I'm praying for this to be resolved, man. On one hand, I know everybody think the people in Florida is crazy, which they are. They still crazy. But at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, man, I ain't mad at y'all because I'm sick of this. I need a haircut. You know, this young Frederick Douglass, look here, no diss to Frederick Douglass. He meant a lot. We got respect for Brother Frederick. But I can't rock his look. I need me a haircut, man. I can't do the Frederick Douglass no more. Need a haircut. This is getting tough out here, dog. I'm just saying. Please pray for me. I just pray for me. Please pray for me. Because I don't know about y'all. Like I said, it ain't like I be kicking it all the time or I'm always out doing stuff. I just hate I don't have no options, man. You know what me and my family doing for fun? We taking rides in the car and sightseeing. I probably done told you that before. If I have, I'm sorry. But that's what we doing for fun. Sightseeing in the city I live in. What? I'm going to say that again. We going sightseeing in the city that I live in, man. Sightseeing where I live. All right. I'm going to change it up. Last one for the podcast. I love music. I love music a lot. R&B, especially old school R&B, even old school R&B. I like it. I love music. Grew up with my parents, my father, my mother. I like listening to their songs. My daddy like Kool and the Gang. Get Down on it. Yeah, all that. Get Down on It. Joanna. You heard it. Joanna. Yeah, I know y'all looking like Joanna. Yeah. My mama, Anita Baker. I want to know what good love feels like. Let me tell you something. By the time I was about 11, 12 years old, I wanted Anita Baker for somebody to show. Please, somebody give Miss Baker good love. Because I want her to know it because I done heard it so much. But I love them songs. I love my mama music. I love her records. I love my father's music. My son, my kids, really more my son, they don't like my music. They don't like good music. My son likes songs that I ain't never heard for in life. And it ain't even like newer hip-hop artists. It's like TV show songs or something. But they not even good songs. Like, it ain't like Growing Pains. Show me that smile. Show me that smile. Don't waste another. Hey, I can do that Growing Pains. We know Growing Pains. All right, that's a jam, okay? Not even stuff like that. Greatest American Hero. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just like them great TVs. That ain't the way he like. He like just corny stuff. And I look at him every day. He is mine, but he ain't in a way. Because we just don't have no connection with music. And I always try to play it, and I try to let him hear some, Jodeci, come and talk to me. Like, boy, these are summer anthems. Come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. Come on, like, the intro on that goes so hard. That Come and Talk to Me remix, then the bass line come in, nothing. He just sit there, look. What is it, Dad? That's my son. That's Jordan. That's my son. That's Jordan. That's him. It's okay, Dad. It's okay. Okay? Brother, that's Casey and JoJo. Dalvin. Devontae. Teddy Riley. They was just on the other night with the Teddy Riley and Babyface. Boy, I like the Guy Records. Let's Chill. Man, I'm so happy. Boy, do you hear that? Don't that just make you happy when you heard Aaron Hall say that verse? So happy. Like, I was happy when I heard Aaron say that. My son, crickets. It's all right, Dad. It's all right. It's all right. So, y'all pray for me, man. And pray for me and Jordan that we can find some common ground in music, because I just don't know about the boy. But before I get up out of here, man, let's hit you with one more scripture before we go. And let's go a little something like this. 1 John 3, verse 22. And receive from him anything we ask, because we keep his commands and do what pleases him. And take that with you. Be blessed. I love you guys. To episode 3. Till we get back again. This is Coach D signing out. Be blessed. Oh, how